We want to thank everyone for joining us here for the quarterfinal post-game press conference of the 2023 CUSA Basketball Championships presented by Total Care. We're joined by Middle Tennessee head coach Nick McDevitt and guard Cameron Weston. We'll make sure attending media here in Frisco have the ability to ask their questions first, and then we will move to our Zoom audience. We ask that you please remain on mute until called upon, and please utilize the raised hand function to let us know you have a question for either our head coach or our student athlete. We will now begin with an opening statement from Middle Tennessee head coach Nick McDevitt before opening it up to questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
First of all, congratulations to Coach Sanchez and his staff and his group for a good season. And I don't know whether they're continuing to play or not, but watching their group over the last 3 or 4 weeks, they've been playing really well. They started playing a little faster than they had earlier in the season. Khalifa started shooting more threes later in the year than he was earlier in the season. And over these last several weeks, they went on a heck of a run. Won 4 in a row, took UAB into double overtime, and then nip and tuck game tonight. I was really proud of our group. I just thought we stayed tough and together, and I just told the team in the locker room, they kept saying it in the huddles and then would go do it. You know, it just wasn't words about, hang in there, next play, next play, next play. We got down 18-5, and they have been playing well. And I think a soft team, weak team kind of folds it up and gets their tails whipped. And I just thought we hung tough. Obviously, Eli Lawrence was out of the lineup tonight due to injury, and so this is the first time we had started that lineup all year. And so we kind of felt like there was going to be some bumps early in the game just on a new lineup, new substitution pattern, new faces out there early in the game. And I thought our guys just handled it well. And both teams then at the end started making shots. I was just trading baskets. Williams made a big shot. Patterson made a big shot. And both times this guy right here answered both. Sometimes you got to have a guy that can just get you out of the gym. And this guy right here got us out of the gym tonight. Questions?
Cam, I'll start with you. You know, Nick just mentioned the 2 big threes. Obviously, we'll go with the one that decided things. Mm-hmm. You know, sort of coming out of that timeout, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Mm-hmm. Was that the design of the play, or is that just sort of what came up as you saw what the defense did?
Now, the design of the play really was to get me downhill and try to get the and one if I needed to, or just get the closest bucket. But a well-coached team, played great defense at the end, so it just mattered into my hands. I just had to do what I had to do.
How soon did you know it was going in?
Right when it left my hand, really. Right when it left my hand. It felt good from the start, so I just watched it go in and felt overwhelmed when it did.
And then you went for a steal attempt that gave them a little bit less time on the clock right there. Did you know you had a foul to give in that situation?
Yes, sir, I did. Mm-hmm.
So that was, you were trying to slow the clock down in that situation?
Correct.
Nick, how impressive is it for a guy like Cam to be mindful of that when you know the team doesn't have any timeouts, and that's something he's got to keep in his mind over that stretch of time in between those
games? You can get over emotional in those moments and make a mistake that costs you the game. And we said in the timeout that we had a foul to give, and knew that he wasn't in foul trouble. So I told him to give it obviously on the bounce so that we weren't shooting or fouling a shooter. And then I thought our guys just were locked into personnel. When there was 8 seconds left, they were inbounding the ball. And, we stayed high and had a big wall at the rim and didn't put Patterson on the free throw line. He's tough around that basket. You know, if he was about 3 or 4 inches taller, my goodness, because he's about 6'1" or 6'2". But, man, he's a bully around the bucket. He's a good player, and he's tough. He made 2 or 3 big buckets, and I thought our guys kind of walled up there at the end.
Coach, you guys started the first couple minutes of the game man-to-man. Why'd you make the switch to 2-3 zone?
Great question. Just trying to disrupt their flow. Their offense, the Princeton offense really is a lot about rhythm. And so we knew we wanted to try to disrupt the rhythm of the game. Plus, we had at different times in the game guys in foul trouble, and we were playing a shorter rotation with Eli Lawrence out. And so we didn't want to have to chase the whole night. And something we'd been working on for about the last 3 or 4 weeks, trying not to show it too early in games, and I thought our guys executed it well.
How much more disruptive is a 2-3 when you got a guy like Elias King that can play up top and do some interesting things there?
It's big. If you got a whole bunch of guys that are my size playing zone, it's not going to be very good. They're going to shoot right over the top of you. But I think when you can put, a 6'3", 200-pound guard like Cam and a 6'8" long guy like Elias at the top, and then just have long mobile athletes behind them, you can just be disruptive. And that's the idea, is just that doesn't mean you're always going to get stops. But some of their three-point shots are just going to come different than what they're used to. And, I thought our guys, again, just did a nice job. I thought for the last 10 or 12 minutes of the first half, it really didn't matter what we were in. I thought we were defending well. We strung together, 7, 8 stops in a row. They'd score, and then we'd string together several more. I thought that was the biggest stretch of the game, was the last really 10 minutes of the first half.
Coach, how important is it to only have 7 turnovers against a team like Charlotte?
Massive. Ball care is extremely important in every game. In tournaments, if you're turning the ball over, you can go home. It's really difficult to get beat on the glass or get beat in the turnover battle. Fortunately tonight we were able to win both of those. We were +4 on the glass and +4 in the turnover margin. And it ended up being the difference in the game. 1-point game, all those matter. I just thought our guys were locked in and really taking care of the ball. His usage rate is really high to play over 31 minutes and turn it over one time, and is impressive.
Yeah, 22 points is a career high for you, but to me it seems like this is just another chapter in your story in this tournament, in this building. Mm-hmm. What is it about this stage that helps you elevate your game and put in performances like you have the past 2 years?
I believe, like last year, I believe we had a chance. And coming back with the same team, basically, I believe we still have a chance. So with a great player, a great captain like Eli Lawrence out, somebody had to step up, take the big shots that he normally takes. And I just wanted to lead my team and just carry him on my back. So I'm trying to do.
Nick, we saw Eli go through some warm-ups early in the game. Are you hopeful that he will be available?
I am hopeful.
All right. Thank you both so much for your time. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Congratulations and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.